All right. Today's SPY was up 0.84%, and we did get that very bull breakout above 556. And honestly, I can't help but laugh because just about a few days ago, all of the bears were telling the bulls how dumb they were for buying this dip and getting bullish. And here we are with that bullish pivot that I was warning you about, right back above the risk level and only 4 short trading days, which is just a constant reminder of what I continue to say. This is a bull market, and dips and pullbacks are buying opportunities for low risk entries within this bull market. So we will continue to crush this market. There will be a time to get risk off, and we could be getting very close to it. But today we absolutely crushed this market with IWM because I saw yesterday a very nice trade opportunity off of a low risk entry at 204, and we slammed through both price targets in only 2 trading sessions, including yesterday where we entered the trade, for a monster gain in only 2 days off of an extremely low risk entry, which means we're getting those great high reward low risk entries, which are the best way to remain a profitable trader. So if you want to come crush the market with us and get all of these trade ideas, these are in my Discord server, and you can find out how to join the Discord server in the link in the description of this video. All right, so this is a very simple market right now. The bulls are back in control as long as we're above 556. The bears are not out of this yet, but for the bulls, they simply just need to either push to the top of this range and complete this cup and handle pattern where we had the cup and now we built out the handle, get the all-time high breakout, and then just continue to push higher. And remember, we're not putting any limits on how high this market can go. If we break out to an all-time high, that is extremely bullish, and I'm not going to bother trying to call a top on when that event occurs. We are obviously bullish, and we're going to continue to ride the wave, but more importantly, while we're above 556, it is very crucial here to not get bearish just for the hell of it. Above 556, especially if the bulls get a successful retest, we will likely just continue to push higher. Now, there is a bear scenario. Never rule out any scenarios. Always be prepared for both of them. And if we break down below 556, this could still just be a lower high rejection, and SPY could still get a bearish scenario if the bulls cannot hold above 556. So 556 is the level you should be paying attention to. You could be very neutral around the level, but the longer we hold above it, the more bullish the market is going to become, and this could likely be a cup and handle breaking out to a brand new all-time high. However, that is not a guarantee, and that is not on lock. It is still very possible this bearish scenario could play out as well. So never ever rule it out. As I always tell you, let the price action do all the talking. And that way you can't care less if the market goes higher or lower because you are prepared for both of the scenarios, which is either the higher continuation or the lower high rejection. If you are prepared for both of these and you manage risk around the pivot, which is right here at 556, you can't care less which one occurs because you're prepared to take the trade either direction. Or remember, if the market's going lower, sitting in cash and just waiting to buy lower is also an opportunity for you to still beat the market. You do not have to short the market if you do not want to. And remember, the more you short the market, the more opportunities you can lose money, because every time you place a trade, there is the probability you can lose that trade. So make the market simpler on yourself. And if you're still learning how to trade, pick the direction that is the easiest, which is the bullish direction, because this is a bull market. Only you know what you're capable of, but as I always tell you, no matter which direction you're trading this, manage risk around the risk level, and all eyes are still right here on SPY 556, and if the bulls can hold above it tomorrow going into next week, they will have the advantage going into FOMC. The bears need to immediately get a rejection here and try to push this thing back down below the risk level and get a very impulsive sell-off. And remember, the bears take the elevator down, so if this bearish scenario works out, especially with FOMC next week, we should see a very sharp reversal to the downside. We'll know it's coming because we'll break down below that risk level at 556 and we can react accordingly and continue to move like water. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were up 0.98% today, and while we were getting the sell-off, I said there was a very good possibility that at some point we were going to come back up and retest this breakdown between 468 and 473, and we have done that very well because today we've hit all of the targets that I gave you, the full range of it between 468 and 473, and as you can tell from this chart, we closed right on top of resistance, which is exactly what we want to see, because from here we now have the valid bear scenario, which is a lower high rejection, and we just continue lower within a bear trend. Or we are going to get the bull scenario and we're going to see a very clear breakout of that resistance and continue higher. So just like I told you on SPY, this is extremely simple to trade. You can't care less which one happens. Your risk level is right there at 473. Above it, we're looking for bullish continuation to 493. And if we get rejected from it, we could go as low as the market wants to take it, which could be all the way down there in the low 400s. So this is an extremely easy market to trade. All you need to do is be prepared for both of these scenarios. If you have any bias or you care which ones of these plays out, you are already on the losing side of the trade. You need to move like water and manage risk, and you should not care less which one of these happens. If you are truly trading and moving like water like I am teaching you to do, you do not have a care in the world if we go higher or lower from here. You're 100% laser focused on not missing the move. If it's lower, you can go short. If it's higher, you go long. Or if it's going lower and you don't want to risk going short, just sit in cash and let it go lower so you can get those lower risk entries at lower prices. So no care in the world which one we get, higher or lower from here does not matter. Move like water and manage risk around these critical risk levels that I'm giving you. And then very quickly, we're looking at Bitcoin. We are starting to break back above the top of that range at 57,500, which is opening up the possibility we could push higher towards 61,700. But do keep in mind, we do have all of these negatively sloping moving averages that we will need to break back above. And if the bears do get a rejection very soon here, this is going to look extremely bearish, which could mean we flush all the way down to 50,000 or lower. So this is a very pivotal moment from the indices and also right here on Bitcoin. We are going to see a monster move very soon, and with FOMC next week, we are very likely going to see it next week. And we have equal opportunity coin flip for the higher lower scenarios, so let the price action do all the talking and be prepared for both of them. So as I said in the introduction, you should do very well in this market as long as you're prepared for both scenarios. Use the risk levels I'm giving you and continue to move like water. If you're still learning and trying to figure out how to be a good trader, only focus on trading in one direction, which means you shouldn't be trying to go short and going long. Focus on one or the other, and the long direction will be the easier trades because we are still in a bull market. And in a bull market with a risk off, just sit in cash and wait for those lower risk entries. I will continue to give lots of trade ideas, intraday updates, and technical analysis in my Discord server. So if you want to come crush this market with me, you can do that in my Discord server, and you can find out how to join this optional Discord by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.